An Iraq War veteran is part of an initiative to help kids learn skills through woodworking. John Lorson shows us how these lessons extend beyond the classroom.
At Webster Elementary School in Minneapolis,
You've heard that before? That's the robin.
the lesson for the day isn't about math or reading.
You're going to build one bird feeder.
It's about birds, in particular. Building bird feeders.
Some of them have never picked up a hammer and nails. Some of them can't identify 5 birds by name.
Veteran Carl Erickson is hoping to change that. He's with Elpis, a nonprofit organization that helps at-risk youth gain tools for their future. A while back, Carl got the idea to teach 10,000 fourth graders how to build bird feeders. Webster is the 7th school his group has visited, and it doesn't cost the district a dime.
Because financial barriers for districts, for parents, not always the best thing. They don't always line up for having extracurricular things come into their schools.
But here, they do, thanks to a donation from the VFW and donated wood from local businesses.
I love it. I love to see the kids' faces. They're really, really, really happy at the end.
The hope is that projects like this and woodworking in general can become a life skill or even a hobby for these kids.
It was really fun.
They believe it's a win for the birds, a win for recycling, and a win for the students. At the end of the day, they learn that hard work pays off, and the bird feeders are theirs to keep.
I'm going to hang it up outside. Not outside, but by my window.
Kids want to do cool stuff and they want to look forward to things. And if we can help them meet that expectation, it makes for a good school day.
In Minneapolis, John Lorson, WCCO 4 News.
You may have seen the building in our next story as you exit downtown Minneapolis from the 6th Street ramp. It's an interactive sculpture studio that's open to the public. Photojournalist Tony Peterson takes us inside this unique space.
You know, the biggest problem with this space is trying to get here. People can see it from the freeway. It's kind of a place that's seen as slightly offbeat, but authentic. This is where I create everything. I think art for me is about something that moves me emotionally. I think the name for me, House of Balls, was defined by a period in my life, my career, when I carved a lot of old bowling balls into things. They're physically, dimensionally the same, but everything else about them was different. Over the course of time, it's meant to become having the courage to find yourself. For me, the biggest idea is how we can deconstruct the way we look at the world and reconstruct it in a currency that gives our life meaning. We have music every other week during the summers and spring and fall. Everything you see is created here, and so much more is not because it's out in the world. I think it gets back to that self-questioning of who am I? I want them, would like them to see the world through my eyes, what you can do with a box of, washers, what you could do through these disparate elements to make something new and fresh. There is something here that I think you'll find provocative, something that will shift the way you might look at the world. We also hold events here. We've had weddings here. Yeah, you can imagine a wedding. I'm open from noon to 4 Monday through Saturday, but always recommend calling because sometimes life gets in the way.
That's our show. We hope that it lifted you up, maybe even inspired you to do some good. You can see more heartwarming stories every week on our Sunday morning show from 7 to 8 a.m. on WCCO TV. And if you have an uplifting story you'd like to share, we'd love to hear from you. Submit your story to us at WCCO.com/uplift. Thank you so much for being here. We'll see you next week.